guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to be recording this video today because this is going to be the first vlog regarding my pregnancy. How exciting. So if you guys missed my last vlog, I am currently 23 weeks pregnant. 23 weeks, I'll be 24 weeks in just a few days. So I am more than halfway through this pregnancy and I really wanted to record little tidbits and things and just experiences that I've had with all of you. I really wanted to do this earlier on in my pregnancy, but we'll get into this in another video. But my first trimester was a little tough and it was like hard for me to like sit and like do things like this. So we'll get into that in a totally different vlog. But for today, what I wanted to share with all of you is basically like what a first trimester is, also like what my experience was when I found out I was pregnant and things like that. So we're gonna make this one short and sweet. That's what I'm trying to do here on my vlogs from now on, just so that you can really get like super specific and focused on what you wanna see. And so therefore you can just click on that one video so you can hear all about that one specific thing. So without further ado, let's get into the vlog. So let's go back. Let's go to the basics of first trimester. So first trimester is actually week 1 through week 13. Sometimes some people say week 14, but week 1 through week 13/14 of your pregnancy. And pregnancy is actually 10 months long. I know we always say it's 9 months, but it's technically 10 months long as far as I have researched and read and been told by my doctor, my midwife, and all these experts. So the reason being is because your pregnancy officially actually starts from the first day of your last period. So not like the first day of your missed period, the first day of your last period. So for me, that was August 5th. 2019. And the reason why I know this is because I use an app to track my period. So I hadn't been on any sort of contraception for a long time, like hadn't been on birth control for years, like at least 3 to 4 years. So I really wanted to use this app to help me prepare myself for when I was getting my period. And that's really all I used it for. So the app that I was using, just so you guys will know, it's the Clue app. So that's what it looks like right there. Hopefully that's focused. And then when you go onto the actual app, there'll be a whole bunch of login stuff and stuff when it's the first time, but like this is what it'll show. So it'll show like your current cycle and like how many days it's been since your current cycle. And it also shows you what it says there, the fertile window. I never used it for that. I always just use it to see like, okay, like my period's coming. It'll actually send you a notification on your phone, like your period's coming soon. So that's what I always used. And that's why I know that it was August 5th. So I can go back and show you. This is the calendar from August. And so August 5th was the first day of my last period. So that's how your pregnancy length and your due date is actually calculated from that first date. I knew around Labor Day of 2019 that I was going to get my period, like around that week. Also because the app notified me. So I had been prepared. So I have to prepare myself because I don't use tampons and I don't use pads. I use a menstrual cup. It's the Lunette menstrual cup. I can put that in the description box below. There's also with the app if you guys are interested in checking that out. But that is what I use. So I always had to make sure that I had it on me when my period was coming around so I wouldn't be caught without it. That first week of September, so right around Labor Day, I actually was traveling. I was in New York, catching up on some things in our old house, which will be another vlog that I will go into in terms of like, what's the deal with that house and all that stuff. But I was back there just checking on things. And then from there, I went straight to Dallas for a work thing. So I was supposed to get my period that week, and all of a sudden, like probably later part of that week, like maybe like Thursday, I got some spotting. So I was like, okay, so my period's coming. But by the time I got back to Houston on Friday, I had no period. No period was to be found. So I was like, this is strange, this never happens. My period is so flipping regular, guys. It is so regular. Like I will get it like 28 to 30 days, like on the spot, like it just comes. And it's very consistent every time I get it. I will get it for literally like 4 to 5 days and I'm done. Like that's how it goes. So it was very strange that this time that didn't happen. I was like, okay, I didn't think much of it. Went through the weekend, like not a big deal. And then that following Monday, so a week from Labor Day, I ended up going to the gym as I would normally do on a weekday. And I was like, oh, like weird, like I can't push myself today. Like that's really odd. I'm sorry, I'm taking my phone out so I can see what date it was. So that was September 9th. Monday, September 9th, 2019 is when I was like, this is really strange. Like, why can't I push myself in the gym? I'm not tired. I got plenty of sleep. Like, what's going on? So I did like a very light workout. I came home and I was like, huh, weird. Well, I was like, let me go to CVS and grab a pregnancy test. So to give you some background about why I ended up doing this, it's not because I was like, oh my God, I really want to see if I'm pregnant. Like I'm so excited. That really wasn't the sentiment behind it. It was really to see if I could continue to take pre-workout supplement. Because I take pre-workout before every workout for the most part to some extent, and when you're pregnant or trying to become pregnant, you shouldn't be taking pre-workout because it is full of chemicals and synthetic caffeine. That's like the only thing synthetic wise that I take. It's the only thing at all. So I was like, let me just rule this out. So I went and got the pregnancy test, and this is the test that I got, just so you guys know. It is the Clear Blue pregnancy test. It's the digital one. So when you go to the pharmacy or Target or whatever to go find a pregnancy test, there are a lot of options. So there's the one that's like traditional that you've seen that has like the lines on it or the plus sign and minus sign and whatever. But when I went, I was like, you know what? This is not the time to splurge, okay? Let's get the one that is really gonna just make it real easy for you. So that's what I did. I went into CVS, was, you know, greeted by this wall of pregnancy tests and ovulation tests and all these things that are going on. So I was like, I'm gonna get this one. Even if it's like the more expensive one, I'm getting it. So this one comes with 2 tests in it, and it basically has a timer, and then it'll tell you if it's pregnant or not. It literally will say the words on there. And what pregnancy tests, most of them test for, is the HCG hormone. And I did pull that up. HCG stands for I'm gonna say this so wrong. Human chorionic gonadotropin. I think that's how you say it. So it's basically the pregnancy hormone. And so it'll show up in your urine when you pee. It'll show up if you are pregnant in like high levels. So that's what this test's for. I took one test, and you basically just pee on it on the tip for 5 seconds. I'm like literally reading the instructions here. And then it'll start counting down. And it doesn't say how long exactly it will take on here. I don't remember how long it took when I did it, because I literally peed on it, put it down in the bathroom, walked away, made breakfast, which could have taken me like 10, 15 minutes, and then came back. So I don't remember how quickly it told me if I was pregnant or not. So I think it'll tell you quicker if there's more of the hormone in your urine, and depending on how far along you are, things like that. So, like I said, peed on it, put it down, walked away, and then came back. And lo and behold, this is what came back. Yep, clear as day. No joke. Like, I went back into the bathroom and I looked at it and I was like, no. This got me wrong. Like, no, there's no way. And so obviously this is from September and it still says pregnant on it. I don't know how long it'll last saying pregnant on it. I did read, just so you guys know, I know I'm going on a slight tangent, but just so you guys know, what I did read is that some women have they will spray the tip with hairspray to make it last, so they can keep it as a keepsake. But I haven't done that. I actually have another one. I took 2. I took one the next day because I just was like, let me be absolutely sure. And I put hairspray on that one. They both say pregnant on them still, so we'll see if the other one continues to say that. But back to the story. So yes, I got this pregnancy test back positive, and I was like, there's just no way. There's no way. And then I was like, you know what? It's probably right. Because then I went back to my Clue app and I checked when I probably was fertile, or my ovulation window. And when I thought about it, I was like, yep, coincides. It makes sense. So yeah, that day was a very interesting day. I did actually record telling Nick about it, because I did tell him that day, because I was like, I can't keep this to myself. Are you kidding me? Like, I cannot do that. So I ended up coming to terms with it. I did do some research on, like, you know, how do most women find out if they're pregnant? Like, what are the things that women do when they're trying to get pregnant and things like that. So one of the main things was when you do take a pregnancy test, you want it to be the first pee of your day. Well, this was not the first pee of my day. This was the second pee of my day. So I knew that it was likely right. And the reason why you want to use the first pee of the day is because that will be the pee that will have the most amount of that hormone in it. So as your day goes on, your pee gets more diluted by, you know, the amount of fluids that you drink. So as it was my second pee of the day, I was like, this is probably right. So yes, I came to terms with it. I did not have a whole like crying moment and I'm so excited like a lot of women do. And it wasn't because I wasn't excited, I was just shocked. It was not something that I was expecting to see. So I was like, okay, what do we do now? So of course I start researching things, and oddly enough, I did have my annual appointment with my gynecologist scheduled for later that week. So I was like, what do I even do? So I called and I was like, listen, I'm supposed to have like my annual appointment, and I actually just took a test and it says that I'm pregnant. So what do I do here? So she was like, well, she asked me all the questions. When was your last period? Was the first day of your last period? I told her, and she was like, well, you're probably like 5 to 6 weeks along from that time frame. So which means that you probably conceived like 3-ish weeks ago. So we want to make sure that if you come in to test with us, that we are absolutely sure that you are far enough along that we can tell. So we rescheduled for a couple weeks from then to like make sure that I would be like at least 5 to 6 weeks from conception, so that we can like make sure that that was the deal. After that whole thing, I was like, okay, let me get on with my day. It was really hard to do. So it was a Monday, it was a work day. I was like, how do I even focus on work? So I tried to do as much work as I possibly could, but it's hard. Like, you just found out some like crazy life-changing news. So like, how do you just move on with your day? So what I ended up doing was saying, okay, push yourself to keep working, and then at lunchtime, you're gonna head over to Target and get the things so that you can tell Nick. So like I said, I did tell Nick because there was no way I couldn't tell him. Like, I went to Target and I picked up some little like newborn like onesies and stuff, and a beanie and a little like sign. I'll put the picture here of what I actually like, the setup that I set up for him. And then when he came home from work, I surprised him and told him that we were pregnant. I will share that in another video. And it was a fun thing to share for sure. So yeah, so we're both very excited. Again, like, I can't say it enough. We're so excited. I'm due in May of 2020. Obviously of this year, I'm due in May. Yeah, things have been moving along. So I'm gonna end this vlog here. I'm so happy that you guys are here watching and listening to my experience. And hopefully I can share things that are useful for you guys during your journey, or just, you know, while you're interested in learning about these things. So yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Really appreciate that. That just lets me know that you guys like what I'm pulling out here. And also please hit that subscribe button so that you'll be notified whenever I upload a video. And I think they still do that little notification bell thing. So if that's still around, please click that notification bell so that you are definitely notified anytime I upload a new video. And yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. I'll see you on the next vlog. Bye.